Hey everyone, it's Todd from Gilligames, and it's been a long time since I've given an update, and it's been so long that I grew a beard. It's crazy. Yeah, October 20th was the last update that I did when I put out, the last video update when I put out the update for Rising Star 2 that it added some clothing right in time for Halloween. And I might have mentioned before in another video, I don't remember right before that, but here's what's been going on, and why I haven't been as actively involved in the community on Discord and getting out videos and updates. Just been really busy with things happening, and I'm gonna go back to August. In August, I started working for as a contract worker for a game company that a friend of mine works at, and he's been trying to get me to help with some things there for years. And finally, this kind of mini game side project idea came up, because the company is Gilligames, which is so strangely similar to Gilligames and how you pronounce it, but Gilligames, Gala. They're working on a massively multiplayer online role-playing game that ties into blockchain ownership of items within the world. And they're still a couple years away from launching the game. I mean, they've been doing, test launches here and there for the community to kind of get a feel for, or get a sneak peek at it and test out some of the tech. But it's still a couple years away. And what they wanted to do was make some kind of side mini games that's in that world of Mirandus. The name of the game is Mirandus. And so my friend Jason called me and said, "Hey, this could be a good little side project." And I said, "Okay." So in August, I started working full time as a contractor for them, with the idea that, they might change their mind after a few months. They decide, nah, this isn't working, or maybe at most it'll go like 6 months, and then I'll just, get back to my regularly scheduled program of, Gilligames, Rising Star 2, Word Wager, all that stuff. Because at the same time this was happening, I was really ramping up promoting Word Wager, which is my the latest independent, Gilligames game. Is for Android and iOS, and it's free. You can, if you like word games and puzzle games, it's a casual game. Go get it, check it out, play it, and tell all your friends about it. So I was really trying to ramp up advertising and marketing that game, trying to, get more users as much as possible, which costs a lot of money. It's a really tough thing to do these days, because there's so many games available. It's such a huge crowd to try to stand out in. And so I thought, okay, great. I can earn some decent money as this contract job, to help pay for marketing Word Wager. And Rising Star 2 is gonna kind of, sit on the side for a little bit while I did that stuff. And now in December, the project was still going, with Gilligames. We call it tavern games because it's like mini games that take place in the taverns that exist in the world of Mirandus. So it was going really well. We still have a long way to go, but the guy, who's the lead on the team, named Michael, he asked me if I wanted to go permanent full-time instead of just contract basis. And I told him at the time in December, that's a really tough decision for me, because if I do that, then I'm kind of committing to really just focusing on that, and my other Gilligames projects are just gonna have to be deprioritized. I don't want to try to juggle too many things at once. And so I thought about it, and come around, January after the holidays, January, February after the holidays and everything, I put a lot of thought into it, and the Word Wager marketing was not really getting a lot of traction. I mean, they were getting new players and stuff, but a lot of people were just play it for a couple days and then stop playing it. So the user count wasn't really growing at the rate that it needed to for how much money I was sinking into marketing it. So I thought, okay, well, I think what I need to do then is just reprioritize things and try to not work so hard, because I tend to work a lot. I get a lot of projects going at the same time. I got Rising Star 2, I got Stranded Without a Phone, which is my old mobile game, which still has to get a little bit of attention here and there. Word Wager, which is the new mobile game, which needed a lot of attention and money. And then, of course, the Tavern Games was a full-time priority at that point. And there's something that I've always wanted to do, for several years, that I've never had a chance. And, other than actually playing music, I've been interested in getting involved in community theater, and, at any way that I could help, whether it's technical stuff, lights, sound, stage construction, or even acting. And so I saw a play coming up, actually Little Women was coming up in our local community theater, and I thought, well, it's on my schedule as far as I'm gonna be home. I'm not traveling during this whole time period. So I went and auditioned for that in February, and I got the part as Old Man Lawrence, if anybody's wondering. There's not a lot of men really in that. I mean, it's called Little Women, so I'm a little bit older than what the character a little bit younger than what the character description is, but it still works. That's part of why I have this beard going. I started it January 1st. Actually, I wanted to grow it until St. Patrick's Day, which was yesterday, dye it green and just be silly on St. Patrick's Day with a friend of mine who did the same thing, and we did that, and it was great. Mission accomplished. St. Patrick's Day was a lot of fun yesterday. So the original goal was to shave it off after St. Patrick's Day and then just go back to normal. But being an old guy in this play, I decided to keep it. It runs through April, so then I'll shave it again. So anyway, it's things like that I haven't had time to do. Play music, do other kind of side creative outlet projects that that have been like deprioritized because I've been so busy working with so many work projects. Like I mentioned, all the Gilligames stuff, now the Gilligames thing that I'm doing. So I thought, well, you know what? I really like this, that I finally am getting involved in the theater here, and I can get back to playing music pretty soon, regularly. I have all my instruments here and everything just surrounding me in my studio, and I hardly ever use them. I want to change that. So, things just have to change in priority. I decided I'll take the job full-time, permanent at Gilligames, and kind of just cancel the Word Wager marketing effort because it was just a money sink that wasn't really getting anywhere. The game still exists, and it's great. So definitely go get it and tell your friends. If it can actually somehow catch on organically and grow, that would be awesome. But I'm just not gonna prioritize it with the money and everything. And then Rising Star 2 is still a thing that I am supporting. I just don't really have any immediate plans right now to put any new features in. I know that's not good news for a lot of the Rising Star 2 players, but I did directly support it and add new features continuously for the first 2 years of its life, which is, I think, pretty good. I don't think most games, of course there are some exceptions, but most games don't do that. So it will still get some work, and I got a couple of bug reports from players that I need to look at and fix a couple of things. But as far as any major new features, they're just not on the list at this point, not on the radar. So that way I can get back to playing music and getting involved in the community theater, and just doing other extracurricular side projects that I haven't had time to do. And So that's what's been going on with me. And it was a tough decision for me because I didn't want to let down the community, especially the Rising Star 2 community, because I know you guys are like so good, so the best game community I've ever seen, so hardcore. And but I guess I just needed to reprioritize things for my own mental health and happiness, and so that's what I'm doing. And there's still more to come, and taking the job at Gilligames full time is not, the decision was not driven by the need for money whatsoever. It's I like the project, and I like the guys on the team, the guys and girls on the team. It's a pretty small team, and that's another thing, is I really love kind of like startup culture. So this would be my fourth startup or something like that, software startup that I've been involved with, and I just really love it. Everybody, there's the camaraderie, and the whole team works remotely. There's no office, and there's people from all around the world. It's great. I love that kind of work environment, and the leadership has great vision and attitude. They don't want to burn people out. Most of the people on the team are senior developers, and I've worked with a couple in the past actually at Zynga. Maybe not directly, but that's the thing about the video game industry, is it's kind of a small world. If you work in it long enough, you end up working with somebody else again on another project that you've either worked with before or worked with at the same company at the same time, even if you weren't on the same team. It's pretty cool. I like that, especially when it's such a global industry as well. So I work with people from all around the world, and I love that, because one of these days I would love to visit every single person in every country that I've ever worked with, even though I probably won't get a chance to do that. But anyway, I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I just wanted to give an update because it's been way too long and it's way overdue. And I appreciate everybody's patience and understanding. And check out the other projects. If you're a Rising Star 2 fan, you haven't checked out anything else, check out Stranded Without a Phone, which is an old desert island survival game for iOS and Android, and it's free. It has in-app purchases, but you don't need to buy them. And it's kind of a retro style game. It's all two-dimensional, top-down view. And then check out Word Wager, the casual word/puzzle game. It's got like 4 different play modes, and that's another one that is kind of on the back burner as far as adding new features at this point. And also check out Gilligames. Check out there's a couple of different teams under Gilligames that are making different things, and they're trying to branch out into film and music as well, although I don't know much about what they're doing there. But check out Mirandus. That's the MMO that the main bulk of the team that I'm on is working on. I'm kind of like a small sub-team within that team, just working on tavern mini games. And we've had a couple of public play tests so far, just to kind of stress test the technology, especially this on the server side. Oh, my phone just ding-a-ding-danged. So it's not out yet, but it's going to be coming in the next few months. And you don't really necessarily have to be into like crypto games to enjoy these games. It's kind of an optional thing, I think. But it seems to be catering towards people who are kind of in the crypto crowd, people like owning NFTs and stuff. But these NFTs are actually going to mean something in the MMO, which is pretty cool, I think, because if you see a house or a business in the game, it's actually owned by a player instead of just being something that's in the game. It's the economy is going to be driven by things that are owned by the players. So you can earn money as a player by owning the shops or whatever that people go and buy things at, or the taverns. You know, people are going to own the taverns that people go in and play games at. You can earn money from people playing games. So it's pretty cool. It's a great idea, and that's why I like the project so much. So, oh yeah, I almost forgot. I wanted to mention, of course, I really want to thank all of the patrons on Patreon that have been supporting me. But I really don't feel right doing that anymore at this point, with me working full time for somebody else and not really prioritizing my own projects. So everybody, if you have a Patreon account donating money to me every month, please cancel it. Unless you're like, I don't know, 1 month away from getting the swag or something that you wanted. If you're in that tier and you want to get the swag, that's fine. But seriously, just I don't really feel good taking extra Patreon money at this point. So thank you. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll just do random videos about whatever, just to keep in touch with everybody. I appreciate it. Talk to you later.